Mic check. Hello. Hopefully I'm not peaking again, as we had at last time. Issues with last time. Welcome in. Congratulations on getting Forest, Rachel. Welcome in Imporb and Ash and Cole and Sparkles and Calipub. Welcome in. Hi. Welcome in, Sparkles. Thank you. 3 stream watch streak. Let's go. And Sam, of course. Welcome in too. Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. I apologize for my absence. We're probably streaming tomorrow because, well, if the demo of that game comes out, the voice demo comes out, because I wanna flex, you know? I wanna show my my 2 lines in that game, you know? It is exciting. Always gotta flex, yeah, true. Especially with big things like that. I'm very excited for it. Absence is fine, grass had to be touched. Indeed, welcome in, Improv. Thank you for the 3 stream, 1 streak, let's go! Yeah, for those of you who don't know, one of the games I'm in, they're releasing a voice demo soon, and I'm in the demo. I have 2 lines in it, but 2 lines is more than none, and I will take that, you know? We take those. But yeah, I'm excited for it. We're gonna probably stream it when it comes out. I'm not sure when it comes out though. It's either tomorrow, I think it might be tomorrow, but then I'd have to download it and stuff too. So, you know. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. What's everyone up to? I spent a lot of today, honestly, sleeping, and I'm still tired. So, I apologize for the low energy and whatnot. But it's okay. We're gonna. Oh, I forgot my Fuji still. Hold on. That's my D&D Fuji. I gotta fix that. One sec. Let me just turn off my self view. Yeah. Oh god, did I? No, okay. I was like, did I have that on when I was on Milady's stream? But we used the VTube Studio collab feature. So, yeah, we're chilling a little bit. But I hope everyone in chat's doing well. Everyone is hydrated, ate food, etc. It's kind of like, it's just one of those days, you know? Just one of those days where it doesn't feel like things are going very well. So I apologize about that. As for other things, I've been working on getting someone to splice up some of my videos for me, but stupid Google Drive has been a bit difficult. It's like, I've been trying to upload the videos to Google Drive, but it's like, no, I don't think we'll let you do that, actually. I feel so bad, because the person I have in mind, I was like, can you do multiple audio tracks? And they're like, maybe? I don't know. And I feel like I've been pestering them about it a little bit. I don't even have the files yet. I've just been asking a lot of questions, you know? But today is indeed one of those days. Yeah. It's okay. The day is almost over. And there's still 1 slice of cake left. So we can look forward to that at least, you know? Let me message Mr. Cole to get in here. Because... so we can start some easy. Okay. I'm gonna do whatever the heck I want. Also, I don't think they can hear you. Wait, say something? Yeah, they can't hear you. Okay, let me see. Stupid voice meter. Doesn't like voice metering anymore. Oh, you know what? They can hear you now, but I don't think I think I might my 10 minutes of pre-stream will get muted. That's okay.
Oh, that sucks.
I forgot to turn that off. It's okay.
Unfortunate.
It is life. Okay. Cole has been...
Howdy.
Cole has been given a voice again.
I think it's a pretty good one. People compliment me on it and it makes me feel nice.
It is a pretty good one.
Why, thank you.
It's a great one, even.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let me pull up some Easter Torny. He's a little loud.
I can also adjust on my end if you ever need, by the way.
I'm just gonna bring you down a bit. Say things again, please.
Blah blah, yep, blah, blah blah, yep.
Okay. That should be fine. He can't talk about how we're 5 away from 175, which is 1 less than 6, but 1 more than 4. I don't know the exact numbers. I think we're at 160. Yeah, we're at 160 out of 175 for the next goal.
Well, I mean, if you really think about it, so we're 5 away from 165, which is 1 less than 166 and 1 more than 164. However, if you think about it from that perspective, and we go under the assumption that we'll already be at 165 at some point, that instead means we're 10 away from 175, which is 1 less than 10, or 1 less than 11, and 1 more than 9. When you think about it that way, when it's 1 unit of 5 and another unit of 10, it's pretty affordable, huh?
Yes. Huh? Fire Emblem Awakening reference in the title? Yeah. There are a couple of things I've stolen from Fire Emblem. Like pick a god and pray, and time to tip a skin. Okay. Stupid OBS now. That is okay. You guys still can't. I'm going to break my PC.
Now, why would you do that? Then you couldn't talk to the people that you like on the internet.
Because it refuses to function for me.
Maybe it would act nicer to you if you were nicer to it. I know I wouldn't want to help with somebody who's like, I'm gonna break you. Oh.
It is a threat. Threats work, surely. Okay, so that's on... Oop. Okay. Okay, wait, let me try fixing this now. I hate voice meter now! What the heck? Why did I have to break in the first place? Okay.
Have you been using it for a while?
Yes, and I didn't do anything, and then I decided I'm just gonna break. Fuck you.
Unfortunate.
Hi Elegant, welcome to stream. How you doing today? The zestiest of Zays being Zang to Zay. The zestiest of Zays to Zay. I'm so sad. The username I wanted to rebrand to is taken on YouTube, and I can't come up with any alternatives.
Unfortunate.
I'm just gonna have to threaten whoever has the username on YouTube. Just kidding.
Or bribe them.
I don't. Sometimes they just reserve. Sometimes they reserve usernames though.
Yeah, that happens.
Like even if the username isn't like actively on a channel, if they made their account with that username, then no one else can have it.
Ew.
Or,
thank you.
I need whichever guy has Elegant on Twitch to pass away. Damn! Damn, Elegant. I got the username on Twitch, but it's on YouTube that I don't, and then I'm scared like someone will impersonate me. Why would they impersonate me though, right? He logs in every other month. Like, bro, how do you know? Or does he like stream every month? does he log in every month just to spite you?
They're just sitting on the username waiting for somebody to pay them for it.
Will.
It's like how people like do that with domain names.
Yes. Sounds like voice meter. Voice meter hates me all of a sudden. I don't understand why. Also, welcome in, Keenan. How you doing? We're chilling. I think last time we left off, they voted in our favor.
Yes, I believe we got 4 of them to change their verdicts from guilty to not guilty. One of which was the Russian man.
Okay, gotta dip so I don't get spoiled, but have a great stream. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, Rachel. I appreciate it. Guys, go check out Rachel if you haven't already. She's so sweet.
Yeah. Well, bye, Rachel.
Bye, Rachel. My lurk is there. I'll be doing VOD reviewing and clippies. Okay, have fun. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Okay.
Are you ready, gamer?
Yeah, I think all audio is audioing, so... Lord Van Zeeks, you will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. He's gonna throw it.
Oh, wait, hang on. Why did I not expect? It's every time. I'm like, I'm just vibing. Wait.
Suddenly, dark brooding vampire.
Yes, I do believe we can make that happen. Does this sound appropriately dark and brooding to you?
Yeah.
Good. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord.
Oh my god, she's so short. What the?
Small.
Now you gotta go up.
Yeah, I'm up here now. Don't you worry now. I've gotten practice with this kind of thing recently. I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night, at least.
Wait, what?
And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent.
Probing them about activities at night, huh?
Dan to Dan.
Ooh. Oh. Wonderful. I timed that so well last time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, save that current progress. Wonderful.
Wow, we are so good. We're so fast. We've popped off.
Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand. Right. Wonderful.
One of these things, not like the other.
I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination. Oh, yeah, Governor.
I did, Gov, I did.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Good.
Cool. Blimey. This is going to be hard work. Earlier in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks.
Well, it was Bedlam soon as, wasn't it?
It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out of me Loki Lokits.
Did Lucky or Lucy?
Oh, I don't know. Lucy? I misread it if it was Lucy. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know.
However, that was a lie. You brothers.
Good.
Blimey! On the night in question, you rifed through the items on the victim's counter.
We never done nothing of the sort.
Oh, how'd you figure that out?
Hi, Daz. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the care pack. Hydrate, Cole.
I can do it.
And do a stretch.
Oh, I have to also stretch my limbs.
Yeah.
Exercise the demons. Okay.
The knee demons. How you doing, Daz? You will now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question. And this time, you will tell the truth.
Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment.
If he's giving the punishment, I'll be a lie. Every word is a lie.
There's a
Ah!
lot to unpack. Oh,
He broke it with his fist!
he's got good hand-holding hands, huh?
Yes,
Got a good
sir.
grip.
And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again.
I'm alive and eating gummy worms? Oh my god, Lucky! What's your favorite color? Gummy worm?
I like orange.
I like the red. Orange!
Eh,
That's a
there's orange
quirky
ones.
choice.
What do you mean quirky?
I hate the orange ones.
Why do you hate the orange ones? You like red, and the red and orange are adjacent. They're not that different.
Red's cherry usually though. Orange is orange. And
Yeah,
orange
and-
candies are not great.
I disagree. I just like citrus. I don't know what to tell you.
I see. I need that sort of grip. You need a goth mommy who can do that sort of grip.
I need somebody who can crush me in their hand.
I need someone who could crush me between their thighs.
Also valid.
My favorite is the one covered in Li Ying Mui powder. Huh? What's that?
A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say no more, Gov. We hear ya.
We'll blab, we'll speak, we'll preach.
Witness testimony. Illegal entry, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Welcome in and Olo, actually. I forgot to welcome you properly. I'm doing the best I
Hello.
can. That's all you can do, man.
Oh yeah.
And I think my body genuinely rejects eating McDonald's because this is the second time I've eaten McDonald's and felt ill after. Maybe your McDonald's is kind of whack. Maybe it specifically is that McDonald's. Salted dried Chinese plum is the king. I see. I'm sorry I butchered that.
That sounds tasty.
It does. It sounds interesting. I tried at least once. The fish and chips guy has distanced himself. They keep thinking that he's their third brother. It's hilarious. Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing.
It was when we heard the gunshots, eh? Made us both jump and all that stuff went flying.
That mean it didn't give me a fright. We was thinking the shoot'd come out the door and get us next.
We stuck everything back where we found it and scarpered straight into him in the back.
Into black.
We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we? Hi, JV. Thank you for the lurk. Whoosh. With how McDonald's is treating stuff, wouldn't be surprised if they cutting corners for their food and that's making it unhealthier. Or they're just not following standard health procedures. That could be it. Because they don't care.
Yo,
Just a thought.
that does happen with fast food.
Although that has so much preservatives in it, I don't know.
You think it would be hard to make it inedible?
Well, maybe. I just don't think anything could grow on it, you know? So you admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Rindebank's countertop on the night in question. Not ransack, Governor, no.
That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tidied up, yeah. Sorry. By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess.
The way you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all.
We don't, Nash. We don't. Can you make us sound a bit more cutthroat? It can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Windimakes that night.
Their reputation's in shambles.
We're meant to be real tough and intimidating.
Look at, they're hardly the sort. First time made me bloated, second time gave me a mild headache. Ooh. That's usually
Not ideal.
That doesn't sound like stomach stuff though, from eating. But I'm not a doctor, what do I know?
Oh.
The only thing I eat from McDonald's nowadays is stuff from the breakfast menu or McChicken. I get their nuggets and their fries, but not a lot of either of them. Try to avoid it.
Their fries are pretty good. Their fries are pretty good.
Sometimes a bit too salty though.
Yeah.
There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. I'm sure of it.
But now I'm also kind of adverse from anything besides the breakfast menu for them. What do you usually go after like little breakfast sandwiches? I used to love the McGriddles, but those things will make you sick if you eat too many of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. Press.
If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place?
Well, you know, we ain't exactly squeaky clean, are we?
We ain't, Nash, we ain't. If we admitted to something like that, people would think we was up to no good.
Aren't they? Well said, Ringo. We all China. We'd only land ourselves in even more trouble.
And in fact, now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done. Landed yourselves in even more trouble.
Oh, well,
It's rotten luck. Says the rotten apple eater.
cause is he apple-based? I don't know.
Witnesses. Explain your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter?
Money. We never ransacked nothing!
Right, Nash, right. More like we tidied up the place.
Oh wait, this is the second one, right? Or... Huh?
I don't think it is. I think this is the response to the first one still.
Oh, okay. Because it sounded like the same script.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know who's who. Okay.
It was when we heard the gunshots, see? It made us both jump. Oh, and all that stuff went flying.
Hold it.
So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much, you knocked all of those things off the counter?
Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. His bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on.
Look, it was loud, all right. Blimey, me dead granny would have woken up at that bang.
Big Brovia screamed like a blummin' baby and fell over on the counter. Let me see. McGriddle or breakfast plates generally? But not gonna lie, recently anything chicken from McDonald's have been having a hard chunk of chicken? Ooh. Ooh. They knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
They got tangled in some marionette. What knocked over a picture frame? What knocked them scales on the floor?
Quats.
You've really mastered working quietly then. What a racket. Me granny would have been scared back into her grave after a clatter like that.
So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise.
And then some. I mean, it was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, bam! Won't it?
Huh? Oh.
He's stress eating.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add?
I like nuggets, so do I.
Pretty good.
Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels.
No. Something to add about their testimony? You seem to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something?
It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it, only... Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details.
How about you just tell us what's on your mind?
As you know, we brought these fellas in from the yard for questioning last night. And the statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now. It's obviously chicken, but it's too hard to reach chicken, so a chicken bone. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't think it's exactly like a bone. Because it's McDonald's, there's no way that's actually, like, real. For starters. I think I know what you're talking about, though. It's kind of like... not right. Period.
It was a rock.
Did it? You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot.
Might have, Gov, might have. Does ring a bell now you mention it.
Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still. I can't help feeling like perhaps that you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas? Some of the worst witnesses we've had. If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them. Easy, easy!
We'll get it right this time.
That's it! Yep, it's all coming back to me now.
Then speak. Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs.
I think that's you.
Oh, you're right.
Right you are, Gov. Just before the gunshot, we heard a voice yelling out, "Give me that gun!"
Oh, that's not good. My keyboard.
Oh,
Alright, I think
suboptimal.
go back, potentially. Okay.
Hold it!
So, in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously?
We did, Gov, we did.
It's like they compressed pieces of chicken into a... Oh my god, wait, it has... Oh, okay, never mind, sorry. That's... They compressed pieces of chicken into a chicken rock or something. Chicken bones, though, sometimes show up sometimes in chicken and industrial-made ground chicken. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think McDonald's had real chicken.
What do you think it's made of?
Human. No, I'm just kidding.
I hope not.
I don't trust McDonald's.
Well, they do
Maybe
say
it's
it
like
tastes
90%
chicken.
preservatives, 10% chicken.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if most of it was like wood pulp or something.
A gristle? You mean the brushes on... Like, for a grill brush or something? What's a gristle? Although, I suppose if you're being honest, we heard a kind of wavering voice before the yell and all.
If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun.
Bam!
Kind of thing.
A career in acting tragically missed. And where were the voices coming from? Could you tell?
Of course we could. From the other side of that door behind the counter it was.
From the storeroom, where the victim was found dead.
And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Windibank. On my granny's life, of course it was.
On his granny's life, course it was.
Isn't she dead?
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't she dead? Wasn't there a study on McDonald's chicken that said it was like 20% tuna, or was that some other place? Huh? I haven't heard of that study before, but I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, I like tuna.
Do you like chicken nuggets from McDonald's?
Not really. My preference is honestly towards Wendy's.
Wendy's nuts hit you. Sorry. I also like Wendy's.
Wendy's nut. There you go. Now we're even. So, that would mean that you both knew Mr. Windibank and the sound of his voice.
Ooh. Eh? So, that would mean what?
What, Nash? What? Any ideas?
Yes, Counsel. Indeed it would. Nah. We didn't know the geezer.
How am I supposed to deny it when that bloke in all the fancy club is giving us the evil eye? If you value your lives, you will ensure your testimony is accurate and true. On my granny's life it is.
On his granny's life it must be.
It's a good job his granny's dead.
Thank you for reminding us, you know. I think it happened like a decade ago. They did a study on some food places' chicken and it was partially tuna, if I'm remembering right. What prompted the study? Were they like, this doesn't taste right? Something's clearly wrong with it?
There's something fishy about this.
These guys are so silly, and Van Zeke has a dust glare. Yeah, I like the way he looks. Anyways.
To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor.
Probably because it was cheap and too good to be true. I suppose. Taste-wise, it might not be.
You make it sound like we're clumsy.
Don't forget we tidied up after like good little boys. Anyway, the way I see it, the bloke what owned the place was holding a gun, so he should have fired instead of yelling at the girl. Oh, that's... Oh.
You're saying that Mr. Windibank had a gun in his hands?
Oh yeah, but that was a sight, eh? Them two waving them guns at each other must have got pretty heated. I mean, just before he shouted, we had the geezer say, "If you don't want to get shot."
Didn't really sound like he meant it, mind. More of an empty threat, you could say. Mr. Windibank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times.
But he's more prone to pointing it at himself.
People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. That someone being himself, of course.
Good grief! Extraordinary devotion, indeed, if alarmingly misguided. Well, Well, he certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger that night. Only the person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. Cooked his goose proper.
Bet he wished he'd squeezed the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, "Give me that gun."
And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot.
It was more or less at the same time, Gov. Give me that gun!
Kind of thing.
Yes, a career in acting, very tragically missed.
Then we heard the shot of someone hitting the deck. Before everything went dead quiet.
After that, we done heard a slapdash job. We done a slapdash job tidying the place up.
He stole from himself, so he had to take himself out. I don't know about that one, Chief. Oh, he just looks for any reason to take himself out, really. Lobby, it didn't have to give me a fright. We was thinking that you'd come out the door and get us next. Oh shit! Hold on. Let me.
We stuck everything back we found in the carpet straight into the back.
You have to read it. We can still go press. Right?
I was just making a joke. I was being silly.
Too silly and goofy. No, I'm just kidding.
I am silly and goofy. What about it? So, you didn't try to open the storeroom door then?
Not on your life.
It went deathly quiet after that, it did. Put the wind right up me. But anyway, the door was locked, weren't it? No way that was opening.
Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe.
It was, Gov, it was, from the inside.
Right. So we had no way of knowing what was going on in there, did we? I can't remember what voice I gave him. I keep switching.
It's okay. Unless there was some other way to get a view of the inside of the storeroom. Like through the keyhole, or a spy hole, perhaps.
Don't ring no bells. Don't light no lights.
We had to cut and run before we noticed anything like that.
We're still cutting our teeth in this game, see? But one day... Do we both say
We'll
that?
really cut the mustard.
I don't know, I can't see which one's mouth is moving or not.
Their backs are turned. They're showing off their fancy jackets.
Please cut it out.
But as we know, behind that door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away.
Yes, unfortunately. Gina was in there, unconscious, with the gun in her hand.
How did she end up unconscious, though?
It's a good question.
To confirm, would it be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside the storeroom? That's right, Gov, that's right.
Good enough, even if we'd wanted to.
We stuck everything back where we found it and scarpered, straight into him in the black.
Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Airlock Sholmes.
Oh, yeah, we was a bit hasty there.
We was, Nash, we was. Truth be told, I was already shaking like a leaf when you lot turned up.
If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loaded gun in your hand. You're right, Iris. Sorry.
Good advice, miss. Good advice.
I forgot she was our assistant in this now. Truth be told, my mind went totally blank. Before your mind goes totally blank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand. Yes, Iris. Mental note made, miss.
After that, we legged it down the street, but apparently we looked dodgy to the coppers or something. So they clapped the dobbies on us like winking. And after you'd been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct? Well, yeah.
Well, listen, that proves it. That proves it, doesn't it? Eh? We couldn't have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we?
And why should we believe that?
Eh? What? Well, 'cause it's true, isn't it?
The place was totally empty when we went in. At that time, the victim was already in the storeroom. Having been forced to open the door by the accused who had a gun to his head. In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbroker, Mr. Winterbank.
What are the chances there's a third party at the scene?
It could be.
Correct.
I think you're Ringo.
Yeah. I was waiting for them to do their little dance.
Oh, okay.
You got it, mister.
Down to a T.
So the Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Winterbank? Is that really true, I wonder? That's it? That's the full extent of their testimony?
What is it, Bruno? You look very fierce. I could pour you some herbal tea if you're tired.
Oh, thank you, but I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you'll probably laugh. But I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something. Something important. Is it nothing more? It is nothing more than a feeling, though. I've no proof to support it.
Well, feelings can be very logical at times.
Sorry?
People's expressions, the movement of their eyes, the words they choose. You can take all that in and your brain will quietly analyze it to come up with a feeling like you describe. You've concluded that there's something suspicious about this testimony without knowing why, that's all. I think you should trust your instincts.
Iris, thank you. Sometimes I think if she's 10 years old, I must be 5.
Didn't they... They didn't talk very much about how they knew Mr. Winterbank. So there's that.
Yeah, the fact that they were so certain it was his voice. Okay.
So
what is in our options to present?
wait for it. Okay. Papers. We got McGilded notes. We got tickets. We've got guns and pictures.
There's the picture with Gina holding the gun, right? Can we look at that again?
I don't know if we have that.
I think we do. I think it's one of the two that you just went past.
Oh.
Photograph of Gina. Okay, I believe that is the same gun as the murder weapon.
That was this gun.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. If he was shouting at Gina, how would he have gotten shot in the back? You would be facing at the person you're shouting at to hand over the gun.
Yeah.
I think
You want to
that...
try showing that to them?
Yeah.
On this line, or?
I think it is. Wait a minute.
Should we?
That's
We can
also another
present the
point.
picture on this one, but they would.
Well, I think if he was holding a gun, we should present the picture showing Gina holding the gun on him, where he very clearly doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, I mean, it's then they moved to the storeroom, so he might have tried to grab it from her, and then he was holding the gun. But we can
But how would he
present
get
it.
shot in the back, right?
Oops.
Because isn't that like part of? Didn't we get? Hang on. Do we have an autopsy report?
Yeah, I think so, somewhere.
Yeah. Bullet wound from the back. And a gently rising diagonal. Sorry, yeah.
Well, I was just reading it too.
Yeah. So he got shot in the back from a downward angle.
Should we just present this?
I think that can work here. Like, where did he get the gun, right? Oh. You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct?
That's it, Gov. You've got the picture.
Yes, Nash, yes, no question.
And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection!
Oh.
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more?
Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken a suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, counsel. Yeah, that's right.
Too right, Nash, too right. The old geezer could have been about to turn the tables on the girl, eh?
Hardly likely.
No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence. Continue with the cross-examination, counsel, and heed my earlier warning, witnesses. A skulkin's never skulkin'. Well, we didn't get a strike for that.
Yeah, I think that's basically the game acknowledging that that's fair to point out, but that's not enough to move forward with.
Yeah. Okay.
I still think it's the autopsy report.
On which one?
I think it's on the gimme that gun, maybe? Not sure.
We pressed him on this, right?
Yes, we pressed him on all of them.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, what were they rifling for?
But I don't think we have evidence to like prompt that is the problem.
Yeah.
I think it's worth the autopsy report on this one. Either that or maybe the picture of Windibank with the gunshot, like a wound.
Objection!
I think this is wrong, but we'll see. Let's just consider the implications of that statement for a moment, shall we?
What implications, counsel? Nothing strikes me about it.
Exactly. There's nothing striking about it.
What does strike me is your propensity for the inane, however.
I need to clear my head and come at this again from a different angle.
What sort of guns are these? With modern firearms, you can trace it back. They're revolvers, but they are obviously not in modern times. They can't to test if a gun indeed shot. Well, they could just shoot it again, you know, to check the what bullet matches with what.
Yeah, the ballistic markings.
Yeah. But also, you know, people have been making their own guns a lot these days. So they don't have any serial number attached to them and whatnot.
Yeah.
You're the criminology girl. I don't know a lot about firearms, though. That is a department. Maybe they're into. Maybe they're want foreign secrets. I don't know.
I still think it's about him getting shot in the back, because that just doesn't make sense for him to be yelling at someone that he's not looking at. That's just where my mind goes. Maybe I'm crazy.
Maybe presented on the picture on this.
Oh, that's fair. If he was holding a gun, he would definitely be facing her, right?
Yeah. Oh.
So, you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Wendebank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct?
That's it, Gov. You've got the picture. Did we read this?
Yes, Nash, yes, no question.
And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Winterbank was not holding a firearm of any description.
Uno jump scare. I didn't expect him to overlay the photo.
Big. You what?
Gordon Bennett! That ain't right!
Objection!
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Winterbank's gun was found at the scene of the crime. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hand.
Van Zeke's jump scare.
Big.
There's a movie called Shooter, kind of like a Who Shot a Mystery action. I really liked it. Might be worth looking into. I do love myself a mystery, you know. Yeah, that Maltula used the victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me that gun.
Bam! Kind of thing.
Hold it!
Stay exactly where you are. Right there.
Eh?
If the crime had taken place as you've so colorfully described in your testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out.
The fact that he was shooting from the front.
Yeah.
Goodness! Are you sure, Counsel?
You intrigue me, my learned friend. But let's see some evidences to support your claim. Where is the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency in the witness's portrayal of the victim's final moments?
I copy.
Take that!
According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of, "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot.
Indeed. With the two events happening almost simultaneously, or so we've been led to believe. So yeah, that would have made a picture that he was getting shot from the front or tried to grab the gun.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true,
Does Van Zeke's outfit change? He takes off his cape sometimes.
If only it was something else he was taking off.
I know, right?
It would mean that at the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. So, as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Mr. and Mr. Yeah! It's giving Yu-Gi-Oh character. But it's a God's honest truth.
Yes, Nash, it is. When he was shot that night.
The shopkeeper had a gun in his hand. We saw with our own bleeding eyes.
Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Windibank holding a gun.
Something like that might have slipped out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses
They saw it.
that on the night in question, they actually saw, with their own eyes, the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person.
Nash.
Yeah. Hi, Vivi. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Order. Witnesses, explain yourselves at once. Well, the thing is, it wasn't supposed
It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears.
He's gonna have to punish them. Oh no.
I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you.
Oh wait, he's gonna kill them. I see. Am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies? Ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, see, we,
Cut it out, Nash, cut it out. If we blab now, you know what it'll do to us.
He? Who are they talking about?
their third brother, potentially? Van Zeke's gonna pile bodies? He already has been.
Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you.
Bruv, come on! The game's up! Hi, Aika, welcome to the stream.
Hello.
Thanks for doing your daily drink. I'm busy right now, I can't hear my environment. You're fine, you're chilling. Doing okay working right now? Working hard or hardly working?
But he'll have our guts for garters.
In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out.
On the night in question, it is now apparent that your brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand that you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place. Well...
Do we have to? On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth.
They're being very generous. Just strangles you. Are you breathing hard or hardly breathing? Hardly breathing, I guess, if I'm being strangled.
Hardly something else, too.
All right, so we just got inside the gaff and heaved a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug.
Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like we was possessed. I thought we'd had it.
For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter.
I pulled me gun on him, and then he legged it through that door into the back room.
We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear.
Damn, this shit is so British coded. This is in the UK, so...
So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop?
Well, yeah. Sorry. Well, we find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. But honest, Governor, this time.
This time, Nash, this time, we ain't got nothing more to hide.
Very well. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. This is it! The moment I've been waiting for!
He's so excited, look at him.
Eee.
Encounter with the victim.
Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and heaved a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug.
Hold it!
When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Windibank.
Who else? Sorry, I mean, that's right.
We was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously. But we never thought no one was gonna come out of the back room like that.
The back room being the pawnbrokery storeroom.
Yeah, that must be where he popped up from. Only place he could have been.
He sleeps under the desk.
So it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises.
Which means Jenny must have been in there at that point as well.
But that doesn't make sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Windibank into the storeroom with her at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you see the accused at that time?
What, that mole tooler? Couldn't tell you.
No way, Kaba. We've had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it. Give me that gun, he bellowed, and then he flew at us like he was possessed. I thought we'd had it.
Hold it!
You mentioned that Mr. Windibank shouted those words in your previous testimony, too. However, you claimed that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door.
Oh, did we?
But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he?
Well, yeah.
Was the victim, Mr. Windibank, wielding a gun at the time? Was he ever? Blimey, lummy. A great ugly barrel he had, pointed straight at me frontispiece. What does that mean? I don't even know anymore.
So, what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windibank with the gun at that time. Is that right?
It is, Gov, it is. Spot on.
Then all of a sudden he came at us, he did.
It was Bedlam. I didn't even know who was going for who.
You were clearly all going for each other.
Like Nash said, we thought we'd had it, I mean. For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He trucked me over the counter.
These buffoons have fucked everything. All their lies are catching up to them. They're getting pants by them.
Oh?
You know, like... getting pants. They take the pants and then rip them off.
Can we give him a swirly too?
Yeah. Probably at least a short one, yeah.
You so right. At least knock him off his box. I think that's the bare minimum.
Just kick the box out from under him.
Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony too.
Well, yeah, of course we did.
Oh my god, they staged the crime scene. They put everything back after the fact.
Yeah.
They knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot.
That got tangled in some marionette, one knocked over a picture frame, one knocked over them scales on the floor.
So, in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter.
Well, Big Bravia went flying over the counter like a gunshot, I can tell ya. Then the geezer pinned him.
He did, Nash, he did. If you hadn't been there, the bloke would have flattened me like a bloomin' pancake in seconds. At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There is a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim.
That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they?
These guys are like the British equivalent of Harv and Marv from Home Alone. But yeah, basically. If they were truly lying, why are their pants not on fire? Or maybe they don't wear pants. I think you're onto something, Nico. Maybe they spray paint it so it looks like they're wearing pants.
Isn't that the plot of an episode from Camp Laszlo or something?
I haven't seen that before. I actually haven't even heard of it before.
Am I dating myself? Am I old? Sorry, never mind.
I think a little bit, yes, potentially.
Leave me alone.
They're going commando? They tried, it didn't go very well for them. Camp Laszlo does a bit. What, does date him?
Leave me alone.
The fact that you know it,
laugh at
Olo,
me.
also kinda, you know.
Yeah, so there.
Poor Mr. Winterbank. He did everything he could to protect his shop.
I pulled my gun on him and then he liked it through that door into the back room. I didn't like it, so I always changed the channel. What was it on? Cole?
Like
Do you
the
remember?
channel it was on? It was like, I think it was Cartoon Network or something.
Ah, I see. I didn't really like Cartoon Network's channels, so you could potentially be a bit safe, maybe. No, we're with you, Cole. We remember Camp Laszlo and Code Loco and Hi Puffy.
You don't-
Ami, you what?
You don't know what Code Lyoko is.
I don't know what any of those are.
I mean, I kind of get Hi Puffy Ami Yumi because that one didn't air for super long, but like, I feel like the standing in solidarity made it worse.
Wait, Nico, how old are you again? Like mid-ish 20s, late 20s?
Hold it!
Were you intending to shoot Mr. Winterbank?
No. Never. I was just, you know, looking out for me bruv, weren't I? He was being flattened, don't forget.
By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes.
Okay, y'all are ancient, my bad. I'll get the dustbin. Yeah, it's for the best.
Leave me alone. My bones are fine. They are not dust. I am spry and young and full of vigor, thank you.
That's what an old person would say.
Leave me alone.
24, but I remember watching these all when I was 3 to 5 and have been burned in my mind. I remember like Barney on like the tapes when I was a kid.
Look, this is definitely not helping my case, but I remember when I was like 3 to 5, I was watching the first season of Pokemon on TV. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh wow.
Shut up with oh wow. What do you mean oh?
just a little ancient guy. It's okay.
How can I be ancient and a little guy? Those seem
There are plenty of
contradictory.
There are plenty of short old people.
I'm not short. I'm taller than you are.
Right. It's okay, Cole. Tell us about the Velociraptors.
Yeah, there's a D&D story associated with that. Actually, I could scream about, but that's a separate tale.
Aw. Did your D&D campaign fight Velociraptors?
Have I never told you the story of my first D&D campaign?
No.
Ah, it's involved is the problem. I don't know if that's a good tangent for right now, but I will tell you.
I'll write it down for later then. You may proceed.
May I? Wait, thank you.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I forgot what we were doing. I got a little lost in my mind in my old age.
Yes, that's fine. That's fine, Grandpa. Go on.
Shut.
And then, the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. He shoved me away, then ran off through that door and shut himself in.
There's something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true.
I wonder why Mr. Windbank ran away into the storeroom.
What?
Well, according to what everyone's saying, Diddy was in there waiting for him, with a gun.
Ah, yes, that's right.
He shoved me away. Welcome in, Panda.
Cool.
How you doing, Jay? Cool. I don't even know
Also,
what that
hello.
means, but
I think it's just like a shout of, it's just like an exclamation like, rah, rah,
Rawr.
rah, rah.
Cole, remember
Rawr,
when we
why me?
helped aid General George Washington in his first retreat during the first half of the American Revolution? Wow.
It was a brilliant day. One that I shall remember for the rest of my days.
One that won't go down in infamy. Hello, how the attorneying going? It's going great. Going great. Our brains are braining.
Yeah.
Is yours still braining after the Marvel Rivals brain rot, Panda?
Marble Wibbles. Gina allegedly used Mr. Windebank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Windebank's hands again?
I have no idea. But that is strange, isn't it?
This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it.
Look, the point is, me and me brother here.
That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and my brother here. We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all what happened, I swear.
Maybe he tripped and fell on his own gun.
You say that you had nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all.
Nothing, Gov, nothing. And the old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, didn't he?
Actually I had decent games yesterday. I only played like 4 to 5 games though. Kinda got that stinky about him. We've been known. I was mainly playing Warframe yesterday. Ah, the Warframe grind that you've also been stuck in. Remember the
I was
first sorry, go?
No, you go.
I was reading. Comment, go.
No, you go. I was just playing off of what you said before. I was just like, now you're just picking and ponging between two bad things with rivals and Warframe. That's all.
he's got a lot of issues. No, I'm just kidding. Remember the first time we met Colonel Alexander Hamilton as a young 19-year-old in New York after we saw him steal a cannon from the harbor? Good times. Did he actually steal? Did he actually?
Alexander Hamilton.
Exactly my thoughts. I'm thinking about the play. I was like, I know it's not accurate completely, but
Alexander Hamilton.
even if it was, I haven't seen the full thing. I finished a huge story quest. It was good but annoying. Congratulations on the progress. Let's
Nice.
go. Any new builds lately then? Do you unlock builds from the story quest, or is it like you have to grind for materials to make up a build? Locked it was! From the inside!
We know it was, because we tried to open it.
But it's a decent door, that one. Good and strong. Wouldn't budge an inch.
So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person.
Unless he flattened his back against the door to try to, like, keep them out, and then they just stuck their gun through the eye hole and shot him.
But it does say that it was at a downward angle, or like basically it started down and went up.
Yeah.
I
Grinding.
think,
Yeah?
I think there was. This is just kind of like a crack theory, but I think like there was like a peephole or something into the room that someone shot through.
Yes, potentially.
Yeah.
There's the eye flap, but there could be others, maybe.
Yeah.
You just grinding materials, you get new weapons though, or some frames are locked behind quests. Also mods for a frame or weapon is also given as rewards, but mainly a mod is farmed through most of the events in the game. I see. I liked your stealth build I watched the other day, where you like left a clone of yourself and then just went and killed everything when they weren't, because they couldn't see you. I feel like that's a bit broken, but what do I know about the game? He was a crazy guy. He did steal a few cannons and fought as a rebel while a student at Columbia University before joining Washington's army. Ah, I see. Brilliant.
Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander. Anyway, you read this?
Yes I did.
Wonderful.
The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade.
It would indeed appear so. What say you to that, counsel? Objection.
I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot Mr. Windibank?
It could have
There
been.
could have been. I feel like we just we do that. We just try and bull our way through it.
They're gonna ask us who.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
What?
Oh, they did mention a he.
Yeah, true.
What's that look for?
From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night. The course of this trial changed completely.
It did.
What is your point, my learned friend?
The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Windibank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only person, is not the only possible answer at all.
You have my attention.
Oh my god, he's focusing on us.
In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be?
Counsel. You must now provide answers to the court in respect to two conundrums.
Two, my lord? Twice as many chances to be right, maybe?
Indeed. Namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time?
Understood, my lord.
There's so many different frames with unique abilities, which is why I love the game. The newest one has a frame using a guitar, so I'm excited for that. Oh, do you think it'll play music? It'll play
That's
like
cool as
different
hell.
music. Like the Lucio jazz skin. They should bring that back. They should make more skins that do that.
Yup.
Are you alright, Runel?
I'm not entirely sure. But there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely.
So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship.
Oh shit.
If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where that person could have fired the gun.
Ah!
Um,
I'd say outside the door, right? But there's an eye
But it
flap,
said-
right?
yeah. It said downward angle is the problem.
Hmm. We could have killed him and moved the body, but there'd be trails of blood for that.
And also, that would imply if it was locked from the inside that the person who dragged the body in there would also be in the room, right? Because it was locked from the inside. Can we go back to the court record? Maybe there's something that'll give us some thoughts.
You have thoughts? I have none. Oh, thank you for the care pack, Ash. Hydrate. And stretch.
Yeah, well, my bones.
Old. Callie also isn't here, so I cannot treat time her, but I'll refund you your points. He's upstairs in my room sleeping.
Did you use me stretching as an opportunity for an old joke? Don't play innocent.
Not intentionally, then.
Okay.
And so I guess it's just a natural thing for me.
Don't say it's a habit.
It could. There's an old frame that you basically create your own music beats, and it sends out this ball that plays a song you made, the vibrations of the song damaging the enemies. That's very cool. What the
That's
heck?
awesome.
Okay, when you drop in your mixtape, your Warframe mixtape from the game. Locked from the inside. Could he have locked it then slammed the door shut?
Maybe, but I don't think the game would take that angle with it. I could be wrong though.
2030? Okay, I'll hold you to that. Let me put that in my calendar. 5 years from now, Panda's mixtape. Is there anything you wanted to see specifically in the court record?
Not really. I just wanted us to go through it and see if there's anything that would make sense.
Holy shit, 5 years? I thought it was so much longer, so I guess you're really gonna have to cram on that. Mixtape. No windows, nothing.
I think we have
Maybe they
to
shot him
say-
from under the door.
I guess.
No, I was kidding. The keyhole? No, that would show signs of damage. Although that is a pretty big peephole. On the eye slot thing.
Yeah. Did you want to save before you make a decision on what we're trying?
We got 4 strikes. It's okay. If
Okay.
we fail, then they just restart us here anyways. After
suppose.
they give us the bad ending.
I suppose.
But the shot is on his back. That would have been a crazy angle from under the door. I was kidding. That's not possible. I know it's not possible.
I think we have to say from the other side of the door, right?
Yeah. Unless you say it was inside and it was Gina. Anyways, I'm gonna go shower
Still-
real quick, so I'll be lurking. Have fun. Yeah, thank you for the lurk, Panda. I appreciate it. Be
Have fun,
less
be safe.
stinky.
Don't fall.
What are you saying?
Uh,
I'm gonna say it. We have 4
We still-
strikes.
yeah, and also we still don't know how Gina got knocked out.
Take that!
The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here.
Don't look at me like that.
And in answer to the second question,
Where is the victim?
Inside the room? I guess.
She's like right there.
Take that!
That's all I got.
The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom.
continue.
Mr. Windebank died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death,
That's what I said.
which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired?
That is pretty high up. Anyways. Is the ceiling consideration here? Like, are there nah. I don't think so. Because there's also a down to up angle.
Yo.
So, you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom?
Well, according to the Skulkin brothers in earlier testimony,
I pulled me gun on him and then he legged it through that door into the back room.
if Mr. Windebank ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time.
Oh, that's smart.
It was at precisely that moment, when the victim was fleeing for his life, that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom.
Yeah!
No!
Oh, thanks for the care pack, Sparkles. Hydrate
Another one.
and stretch.
Oh, look at me. I'm so limber and spry.
Indeed. Yes, you are, Grandpa.
Shut your mouth.
Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory.
Maybe he tripped and fell.
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself.
Oh my god! It's the middle of
Tiny
Skulkin,
man.
brother.
Little tiny guy.
Poor man. Shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety.
This is a threat. I could feel the threatening aura from here, yes.
Ho ho.
Ah, of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would still have entered his body on an upward trajectory.
So the culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Windebank.
Objection!
I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom door was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key in the lock?
Maybe Gina locked it because she was scared.
Yeah.
After him.
But what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door.
Is that so?
Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from outside the storeroom. In which case, who shut and locked the storeroom door from the inside?
Gina.
Susato!
She was there. She's a wizard.
Teehee.
Gina.
Take that!
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
That's absurd. You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room. For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck.
I am inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel? He was scared?
Yes, that's a tricky one, that, isn't it?
Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, counsel. Remember that, please.
But of course Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it?
It does?
Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they?
Oh, yes, obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Miss Lestrade and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at that time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into his shop and left the storeroom.
Intruders, eh? That's us, bruv.
Good observation.
If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom.
Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment?
I see where you're going with this.
Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windibank. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it. In order to save her own life.
Hold it!
Who said that? But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it.
We ain't, love, we ain't. You've got to believe us. Come on. I mean, come on. We'd never shoot no one.
Objection!
That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would.
They shot her luck.
Yeah. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Airlock Sholmes. There's only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder.
Ah! Where does this leave us?
I don't know who's saying it.
You mean to say that wasn't the pickpocket who shot the pawnbroker after all?
I should have known it. I don't know. Whatever. Fuck.
It's okay. It's just like...
That was amazing, Runo. All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now.
I know! First time ever! And probably the last.
Well, I think you've done it. Surely they'll have to give it a verdict of not...
An admirable effort, my learned friend.
What's this now? He's laughing?
You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Zieks. I myself find the defendant's argument most persuasive.
I dare say. Such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here.
What?
The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly credibly cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw.
A fatal flaw?
Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing?
That's what we're saying. Get to the point.
I say, Lord Van Zieks. Might be an idea to explain this bally conjuring trick or whatever it is to the troops on the ground, hmm? The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. By George, count bullets?
Oh dear. He noticed then.
She noticed?
Huh? What's everyone talking about?
Counsel.
Yes, sir.
Tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime.
Two bullets.
Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. The bullet which injured Mr. Sholmes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar. Really? Really? Really?
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know there are two firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Winterbank, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver.
Is it really the one that passed through Herlock?
I think so. That's what we've been running with so far.
Yeah, we don't know whose it is. It wouldn't make sense for it to... Because he was shot in the middle of the store, I'm pretty sure.
Yes? Do we know if the bullet passed through him or not?
He's not even... I thought he was shot, like, in the stomach, too. So, he was not tall enough for it to have ended up there.
I'm not sure. We'd have to know more about his injury.
You read this?
Yes.
What type of gun? It was a revolver. The two they're showing on screen right now.
The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun.
Yes, indeed, it does. A single bullet from each.
Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these two brothers shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes right before your eyes.
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness, I think you'll find that if the single bullet was fired from the brothers' gun and hit Mr. Sholmes, it means...
Winterbank not shot by the same gun. Stop. Only one bullet. Stop.
Exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny.
God damn, he doesn't need to make it personal. Welcome in, Serenity. Let's see. A revolver caliber would 100% pass through, but not to that angle. If Herlock was shot in the middle of the store, how could it end up so high up? That's like head height for him.
I think the more interesting point that I want to stick on is that when we looked at it, the two bloodstains were confirmed as to who they belong to. However, we did not confirm who the third actually did belong to.
Yeah, I mean, but it could be Herlock's, but
Well, I think it might not be. From the way they're talking, there was another person on the scene of the crime.
yeah.
And that implies to me that Windibank could have shot that person with his gun.
Yeah. Well, wait. I thought they checked where the bullets went, and they said that Windibank was shot with his own gun.
I think that's what they think it means, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case or not. I could be wrong. Wah!
Yeah, there was self-defense and then the gun was stolen? No, I think the brothers shot all shots. Mr. Windibank did indeed shoot his gun and it hit some third unknown party into the calendar. Then the brothers shot multiple times. Once when they hit Mr. Windibank, and then another when they hit Herlock.
But we know that Mr. Windibank's gun is empty, and we also know that he only ever had a single bullet in it. So that one bullet was fired at some point.
Mm-hmm. Ora. Also, welcome in Serenity. I forget if I said that.
Hello.
Pray, forgive this discourtesy of fleeing in the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery.
Lord Van Zeeks! Why are you throwing everything in?
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct.
So do the bros. What's that got to do with it?
The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond a doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present.
That disc!
Wait, who scratched their hand on it?
That was, Eggman.
Do you think Eggman was at the scene of the crime?
I think so, actually. I think he came back to find what he couldn't get a hold of before. Like, he thinks what he's looking for is still in the shop somewhere.
And he's the green blood, potentially?
I think so. I think he got shot by Windibank.
He is tall enough to hit the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. I'll be taking that, whatever it is, of McGilded's down to the yard. Thank you very much.
No, don't! Don't give it to him! It's mine, that is. Mine!
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
Yes, that music box disc. Mr. McGilded's music box disc.
The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Windibank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence.
Okay, it's time for me to go to bed, sleep. It's maybe. Okay, good night, Sparkles. Thanks for dropping by. Sleep well.
Have a good night.
Good gracious.
Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit.
Can you prove that?
The court forgets that fact at its peril.
I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence, counsel. As a grim testament to the defense. Lord Van Zeeks, that didn't even sound remotely like what I thought he'd sound like.
Inspector Gregson? What?
Yes, Inspector.
We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence.
Oh.
Why?
What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Van Zeeks at all.
I am unaware of any such meeting.
But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Oh, because
It's involved
Eggman's
with
quite high in the ranks.
either that or it's involved in the espionage stuff.
Oh.
Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you.
Gregson trying to hide something? I think so.
The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord.
Indeed. Bailiff. Poor McGilded.
McGilty.
The prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. There is nothing more to add.
Okay, time to inspect the disc.
Look at it. Look at it. Shoot the gun at the blood. See if it's green.
Oh, Runo, look. This is blood.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, my bad. I thought it was him responding. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's my bad.
This is blood.
Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
Yo, welcome to Streambox. How you doing today?
Hello.
Then it's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that disc, Runo.
Can we get this done quickly, Iris?
In a flash.
Green, please be
Green?
green.
Green?
Please be green.
Green? Yeah, it is! It's
Eggman!
green!
Oh, a lovely bright shade again.
Oh, wait. That color.
What is it?
It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? Wait, so I was right.
Eggman!
Well, not only that, but I remembered when the scene itself played out where everyone barged into Windibanks in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
The calendar was already damaged.
Mm.
And why would they do that? I mean, I assumed it might have been like an error on like them changing the background images around. But no, I think that was intentional.
Yeah, of course it's intentional.
I'm just saying.
It's Ace Attorney. Everything's intentional. I'm sure I get Benedict has is an intentional name as well.
Dr. Eggman was there to steal the Chaos Emerald.
It's doing well despite it being 1:53 a.m. That's prime hours. You still got like 2 more hours to go.
Bull McGilded. That's the man you defended in court a couple of months ago, isn't it, Runo?
Yes, or rather mistakenly defended.
I wonder what his name is doing on the back of this disc.
That's a question I'd love to know the answer to myself.
That's the special thing about Ace Attorney. Every little thing is thought about meticulously and on purpose. Excuse me.
Mash.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case.
I don't believe it.
Don't we get to refute stuff now?
I had the jury on my side for once. For all of 5 minutes.
Oh dear. It wasn't even for 5 minutes, Runo.
Damn.
Oh.
My lord?
Wonder if I might say something at this point.
Proceed, Mr. Foreman.
Been a stumbling about in a bit of fog up to now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden... The answer's bally obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no!
All guilty, and then we get a summation examination, and then we win.
Yeah.
Very well. The court will hear from the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, you will present your leanings as to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Well,
You didn't even get to fight it. We have a consensus among the jury, it seems.
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
Serenity, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think you were at this part before, Cole, but they were like, oh, no one's done a summation examination before, but now it's all we ever do. They're like, it's such an old practice.
I mean, it's been working out for us so far.
Of course. I just think it's funny that we're really turning this court topsy-turvy, you know?
And we're doing it twice in a case.
That's my line. I wrote that. For Hallie.
Yep, Uno brought it back from the dead. That's what I thought. He's a single summation examination fan.
Ugh, how dare he use it against us?
Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet.
What line did he steal? Oh. Plagiarism. Sue him.
There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. That's beyond any doubt.
Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready?
Go-Deb Squadron is primed and ready for action, sir.
Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty.
Okay.
Okay.
The jurors' contentions.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted.
You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
You want to expand on that, my guy? It would seem there is little remaining room for doubt. So half of those weren't even reasons!
Have to admit, it was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by that chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I see that I had jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more.
The whole courtroom is turning against me.
It's not fair.
Iris?
That prosecutor's being mean. Just because Ginny's done something she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer.
You mean indeed, and he owns it.
Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Here's to the truth coming out. Eventually.
Sue him, plagiarism. That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the summation examination. Ouch.
Yes, my lord.
Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens.
Press.
Just because Miss Lestrade has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Are all members of the British Army so quick to judge?
Ooh.
I beg your pardon.
I didn't even where it hurts.
Are you mocking His Majesty's Her Majesty's Armed Forces, the greatest military organization in the world?
No, I'm simply illustrating my point. Making assumptions about people because they're a soldier or a pickpocket is wrong and dangerous.
Well, yes, might have a point there, I suppose.
Make him eat it, Runo.
But let's not forget, the girl already shown she had it in her from before.
Murder?
She clearly a criminal through and through, can't deny it.
When you say that she'd shown it, she had it in her, are you referring to this?
Exactly. Tried to swipe that only a day earlier, Or am I mistaken?
Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that.
I've never actually seen the real thing. I can't wait to have a closer look at it.
Oh, yes, of course. Sure. Mr. Soames did use his caramel bars to make a copy of the disc, didn't he?
What a quirky guy.
And then ordered every type of music box he could find from across Europe.
We still don't know what tune it plays though, do we? But I'd love to see how the original compares to Harley's copy.
McGilded's disc. Could it be a clue somehow? Perhaps we could examine it in more detail. I already did.
Yeah, we already did. We've been known.
As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I would say the whole case is done and dusted.
It's the number of bullets that has you convinced.
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
Why don't you just tell her how many people there are?
Well, that's logical, I suppose.
Although,
Yes?
sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like the fine china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
So I suppose... if there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position.
Oh, is that
Okay.
so?
A third bullet somewhere on the scene? Could that be possible?
I can prove
I
it.
think... Can we? I think we need to talk to the Russia guy first. I could just be making
I think
it
it's
up,
the
though.
calendar.
I guess,
But
but we
it
don't think we have enough... Well, okay, we'll hop off. Let's do it. Allow me to show you, then. The third bullet.
This is just in the record, huh?
Yes.
Take that!
No?
I, don't suppose this would pass as the third bullet?
Really?
It passes for a bullet as much as you pass for a
Okay,
lawyer,
whatever.
my learned friend.
Whatever.
Coming from you, I'm going to take that as meaning not much.
In no way does it resemble a bullet, if that helps your understanding of my last remark.
Open the file! Whatever. Counsel, at the very least, I would expect the evidence you present to be of the correct form. Could I have opened it and presented? No.
I don't know. Yeah, it's been a long day.
Let's actually try to find this third bullet before
I attempt that again right now.
I say we talk to the Russian man.
Well, we gotta read through all of them first.
Okay.
You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket.
Hold it!
So, if I've understood correctly, you need two pictures. A left eye one and a slightly different right one.
Exactly. Then you can see the scene in 3 dimensions. Like this.
He really took stereoscopes and made him his whole personality. He's like the horse
Yup.
girls of the UK with stereoscopes.
So, if we have 2 bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them?
I think you'll find that no matter how much you squint, the truth of the situation always looks the same here. The only person who could have shot the victim is that girl in the dock.
How can you be so sure of that?
Think about it. The Skulkin brothers shot the great detective, didn't they?
Yes, that's been mentioned once or twice.
Well then, surely it's coming into focus now, isn't it?
This is a waste of time. I'm not going to change this man's mind anytime soon.
Wait, I just want to confirm that she changed her statement over here. Oh, no, okay.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
Hold it!
The scalpel and the man.
Wait, there is a third bullet in Mr. Sholmes.
Yes?
That's my no. The third bullet is in Mr. Sholmes.
I thought we already thought of that.
But
One
we
in the
thought of that-
calendar, one in the window bank, and one in Sholmes.
We're now positing in order to change the maid's verdict, we need to conjure up a third bullet, right?
Yes.
So we're then thinking a different bullet was shot that would have hit the person who bled green, right?
Yes.
That implies that the bullet that hit Sholmes did not hit the calendar. If that were the case, and there's no bullet in the wall, that implies the bullet never passed through his body.
So you saying that we have proof of that now?
We don't have proof of it, but this might lead us to that.
Okay.
That's all.
Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir?
Okay.
The defendant's life is on the line here.
Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that it is nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think? I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on... What was that fellow's name again now? Airlick? No, Airlock? No, Hairlock? Herlock Sholmes, by any chance?
Yes, good lord.
Oh God.
It was that Hairlock fellow.
What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes?
He's good hands.
That's right. Using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly bad job, I can tell you. This is crazy. Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly.
So he might have left a scalpel in him.
Not good. They say he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. So I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up.
Oh, no way he left it in there.
I hate to state the obvious, but... Yes? Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting.
The counsel for the defense is correct. Sholm's trying not to afflict a trial challenge impossible. As is clearly shown in this photographic print.
The bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door.
I don't buy that.
I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally. Ha! Who do you think I am, Sutton? Well, juror number 4 is about the best I could do. As soon as I saw the wound to the man's stomach, I flipped him over.
It wasn't through the other side?
Like a pancake? Are you saying you checked his back? Of course I did. And there wasn't a trace of injury. No sign that the bullet had left the body at all. What? That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. Which is exactly why I said about slicing him up.
I was wrong.
And I'm still none the wiser, even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery? It's almost as much of a mystery how this jury was put together. The mystery of where that bullet ended up is infuriating. Where's an expert when you need one? Oh, ballistics.
Oh, believe it or not. Oh, we'll get to him. The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
Hold it!
What is she talking about?
What do you mean, you're in for a busy day?
Forgot to say, stop. Do excuse me, stop. I am a communications officer, stop.
A communications officer? Does that have something to do with sending telegrams?
Everything from personal messages written by members of the public to the latest news in the capital. I convert all the messages into Morse code and tap it out to the entire world electronically.
To the entire world?
Thousands of miles of cable under the sea, stop. Worldwide communication networks, stop. Information transmitted to and from all corners of globe, stop.
Ah, yes. She was getting equally worked up about radio waves or the like before, wasn't she?
I specialize in communicating information from government departments and newspaper offices.
I see.
I'm sure I shall have to wire the newspaper reports of today's guilty verdict later. So no sleep for me tonight, I imagine.
Let's just finish the trial first, shall we?
But she had nothing to add.
I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
Hold it!
The man you've been waiting for.
I thought you were just a tourist.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
There's no way he's just a visiting tourist. So, you're a ballistics expert? Who knew?
I have much experience with guns.
Ah.
I have lived through many, how do you say, extreme violent bathroom, no, blood,
Ah, extreme violent bloodbaths, perhaps.
Supportedly lurking. Thank you for the lurk, Miss Madame.
those extreme violent bloodbaths. English is very difficult tongue.
Just-
Considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue.
Anyway, if you have questions about bullets and guns, you ask me. There is nothing I do not know. No mystery I cannot solve.
He's very confident in his knowledge about guns, that's for sure.
But, if possible, please, only in Russian language.
He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he?
No, still, we should bear it in mind. He's our only man if there's a mystery about guns or bullets. Van Zeeks has managed to convince everyone.
When you have eliminated the impossible, he said. But he hasn't.
I go sleep now, get Gina safe, and good luck with stream. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, Serenity. Sleep well. Callie's
Have a
not
good night.
here, so I will refund you.
Have a good day. If we're going to fight back, we need more material. And we have to fight back. We have to turn this trial around again.
Right.
I believe we put the Russian against the doctor.
Objection.
Those two statements clearly contradict. The idea that all I do is pit jurors...
I don't know.
The idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other. Ooh, a ballistics expert.
Pitting P-I-T-T.
On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. But since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Valen. Pleased to meet you.
Oh, we got a name.
This apparent contradiction is in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain this mystery?
Wait, no, I'm right. Cole and I believe that there's another person missing from the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
And he was the one that got shot and caused the calendar blood.
Yep. It's definitely not either of the Skulkin brothers because they appear to be uninjured.
I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold.
Golly.
The snow was piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles and they were on dog sleds.
Shot by the victim and ran away? No. Well, potentially, yeah. We don't know yet, exactly. But probably.
Mental note. Don't ask too many questions.
Because we ran into a guy earlier, and he got blood on the disc we recently acquired, and it matches the blood on the calendar, and that wasn't Herlock, so...
I was shot from behind and I fell down in snow. And this situation was very similar to what I heard today from Doctor. They could not find bullet in my body. And no sign of, how do you say, no exit wound.
Then where did the bullet go?
The bullet never hit me.
Huh?
Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looks just like the bullet wound.
Good gracious!
Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me. And that is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet.
There was no ice at our scene though. Did it hit glass? Potentially.
But that doesn't answer the question at all!
Huh?
The shooting happened in a pawnbroker shop. Not some snowy mountain road in another country. Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here.
Bruno, where exactly was Hurley shot again?
Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think?
Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt.
A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that.
Close up of Herlock's waist.
Zoom.
Zoom.
Yes, a pouch. It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations.
Oh, there you go, Vivi. Glass. Of dangerous chemicals.
What? Really?
Scratch that, I need a close-up of the junk. Yeah, just for science.
Doctor, where is the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing? Well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember.
If I may,
Lord Van Zeeks?
while I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination,
Then shut up, Van Zeeks.
I will not.
Oh,
I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom.
Sorry?
As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
Ah, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred.
well, they had to have moved it. So it has been touched. Actually.
Actually.
Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination, I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. I see. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it?
Oh, look at that! One of the vials is broken and the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the vial exploded?
Exploded.
So, that night, the bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch. And it was the glass vial exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
This bullet did not penetrate victim, but was deflected into wall of shop.
Did it shoot on the other guy? No way.
A delightfully complex aroma.
Was the vial combustible? Probably, based on the scorch marks of it left behind. Well, it would appear that one mystery has been solved at least.
Although it has no bearing on the truth of this case.
That's where you're wrong.
The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered.
But at least the mystery is solved, and I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man.
Thank you very much.
Glad I could help.
Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court will sequester this scruffy pouch as evidence.
Hallie's pouch isn't scruffy!
The pouch he was wearing at his waist at the time of the shooting. One of the glass files is smashed and there are scorch marks around it. Scruffy indeed. Now, the summation examination. No, now we observe the pouch.
Zoom. Enhance. The vial has been smashed to pieces. Presumably, this is where the bullet struck.
As soon as the bullet hit the chemical in that vial, there would have been a really big explosion.
A big explosion?
Well, Hallie's potions and chemicals are amazingly useful for the investigation work he does. But they're also quite tricky to handle. Safely, at least. They're very dangerous.
Oh,
I'm sure that when this vial broke, the chemical inside would have ignited.
oh. Note to self. Always walk on the right-hand side of Sholmes in the future. The left side is the danger zone.
Is that different to...
Yeah. It's really scorched badly just here.
Oh, the strap is broken. Look.
This must be where the bullet hit then.
Let me see.
Bullet! Bullet!
Bullet!
Bullet. What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken vial was. Do you see it?
No, I'm afraid I must put on my glasses for this. Ah! That's...
I didn't know your goggles were a prescription.
the Skulkin Brothers bullet!
What a stroke of luck that it hit his pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is... there were 3 bullets fired at Winterbanks that night.
We found exactly what that juror was talking about. The 3rd bullet.
It's time to press that juror again, I think.
Oh.
Did it.
How the hell did that pouch catch a revolver bullet? It's a sturdy pouch.
I think I think the logic is the explosion of the vial, was in the opposite direction of the bullet's force, so it reduced the impact or something. I don't know.
That's just some strong ass leather for real.
Oh look! There's a hole here at the back. It doesn't look much like a bullet hole, but clearly something's ripped through the leather with great force.
Something must have pierced it somehow to have left this hole behind.
Yes, it looks that way. Mr. Sholmes and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they?
We gotta know what the other things are. Oh, yes.
Perceive.
These glass vials are full of Hurley's homemade potions.
Homemade?
Yes, like fingerprint powder to show up where people have touched things. And scent amplifying solution to intensify a smell lingering on an object.
That's amazing.
They're all very easy to use. There's just one thing that you have to be careful of. They're all very flammable.
Mr. Sholmes is a walking bomb. Either he's passionate about finding out the truth, or just oblivious to the dangers.
So that explains both of them, I think.
I think so.
Wonderful. Oh,
Bullet.
it's just the whole thing.
This is the bullet that was fired from the Skulkin brothers' gun on the night of the incident.
Yes, so it turns out it never actually entered Hurley's body at all.
Thanks to the thick leather of that pouch he was wearing, it saved him.
Mr. Sholmes is about to blow.
Not the only one.
Hurley's always lucky like that.
Well, considering what he had to go through in hospital, I wonder how lucky he really is.
Oh dear. Poor Hurley.
To the maid.
Now, the summation examination.
To the maid.
It would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion, hmm?
Shush. Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue. And you can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. There's still a way to turn this around. Somehow. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
You.
Hold it!
It's the number of bullets that you said has you convinced.
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
Well, that's logical, I suppose.
Although,
Yes?
sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like the fine china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
So I suppose, if there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position.
A third bullet somewhere on the scene? Could that be possible?
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
prove it now.
Allow me to show you then. The third bullet.
Watch this magic trick.
Wow.
Take that!
Here it is. We discovered it just now. Yes, on the night in question in Windeming's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
Oh,
What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer?
witchcraft!
Where did you find that bullet?
It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
What?
The pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one.
Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulkin brothers that night?
Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch.
But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print.
2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence.
Yes, that of Mr. Windibank and that belonging to the Skulkin brothers.
And examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each.
Ah,
But that must mean...
That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that I don't know how to. I have no way of running into this.
incontrovertible?
And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment.
We inflicted emotional damage on him. How could we? Order! 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 While this summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination.
By Jupiter.
What?
Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once.
They lied a third time.
Fuck, I got distracted. Oh no, I faltered. Are the goobers dead? Not yet. Actually, they probably will be after this. They're gonna be cooked like fish and chips. Witnesses.
Always
Governor.
cooked we are.
Were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination?
We was, Governor, we was. Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
Make of it, Gov. I don't make nothing of nothing.
Is it one of yours?
God blame me, God blame me, not a chance.
In that case, did you have an accomplice?
What? What?
Never! The Skulkin brothers work alone!
It's just the two of us. That's our trademark. How soon we forget poor Sulky?
The third one?
Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Lummy, that's an head scratcher.
Counsel for the defense.
Yes?
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The third bullet, and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came.
Thinking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture. A picture of what really happened that night.
The third one must have been the fish and chips! You're so right, Olo.
My lord, I think it's clear what this third bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers.
They had a secret accomplice.
Yep. On that night at Windibank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice. But the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present, someone carrying a gun.
Objection!
An accomplice, you say? Pig's will.
What?
These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there has not been a murmur of a third man. If this apparently wraith-like being exists, the court must be shown hard evidence. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed. The prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spurious character.
The Skulkins are lying. I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding?
Well, counsel?
I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal the person's identity even. In response to the prosecution's demands, my lord, the defense is...
Ready.
Oh, we're ready. We're so ready.
We've been ready.
The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands.
So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, youth seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
have to push forward now. There's no other option.
Hi Kairos, welcome to the stream. Give you a
Hello,
shout
how
out.
are you?
Oh. Dying Light. Haven't. I think I've heard of that before.
Zombie.
Is it? I'll be. Sorry, go.
No, you're good.
I'm good. Hope you
I
two
think-
are having fun. I'll be listening as I study. Okay, I appreciate the lurk.
I think it's been pretty fun.
Zombie parkour game. Oh, it's parkour. You sure some talent. Thank you, Kairos.
Like, thank you.
It's parkour. A zombie parkour game. Is it like a temple run game?
I've never played it, so I'm not sure. I've only seen like bits and like snippets of gameplay for it.
Hmm.
I don't know. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it will make a difference.
In that case, Counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. I missed what's her name already, Rip? Gina or Iris? Or Susato?
Susato.
Susato! On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder present at the scene? It's a zombie story game, but there's a lot of cool movement, lots of climbing and jumping and stuff. I see. Interesting. Probably more interesting than Temple Run. Missed that
Probably.
game.
I actually don't think I've ever played Temple Run.
It's like Subway Surfers, but a temple. And you're chased by like a gorilla, I think it is, or something.
A gorilla.
Yeah, it's an really, really old game.
Wimpton Oberbach?
Dying Light is fire. The second was pretty good. It's a seriously good game. Is it scary? I'll probably never play it, but I'm just curious.
I think it's more action than it is horror. Blood.
Take that!
Show the vampire man the blood. The evidence is right here, in this portfolio.
By Jove! That portfolio again, is it?
Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific.
I was getting to it, Van Ziegs!
You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Well, which one is it?
That one.
Each one.
Take that!
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar.
That's a bloodstain, my lord.
A bloodstain.
Green blood. Curious, even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some unhuman creature?
It's something developed by Mr. Erlock Sholmes. By the great detective?
New invention! Stop! Not yet appeared in stories. Stop.
It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of people's blood?
Antibodies! Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
Ooh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood.
Talk of blood in courtroom, stop! Very exciting, stop! It's more like open world exploration. Think Tom Clancy Division, but zombies and parkour. I hated the Division with a passion. Top 10 game for me. Played like 700 hours of Division 2. I think I have that game. I just haven't
Division
played
2 or
it
the
yet.
first one?
Division 2.
I only played the first one. I liked it. Then again, there wasn't a whole ton of endgame content on release, and that's mainly when I played it, so I got bored.
I couldn't get over the fact bosses took hundreds of thousands of rounds of bullets, but they were just dudes. I see. I added it to my wish list on a whim, and Dear bought it for me for Christmas.
Aw, that's nice.
I still have yet to play it though. Someday.
As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windibank.
Ah, a striking blue.
Yes, so you see the green color of this blood stain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop.
A hot fire there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it?
No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windibank was killed.
By golly.
Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
And whose blood is it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. The third intruder, in fact.
Well, it's kind of the whole point of the... Oh, we're just dumping into a guy named Dave for an hour. That's kind of the whole point of the game. You gotta make a strong enough build to do good damage. Oh no! I'm not good at those kind of games.
Are you just hitting Olo with the skill issue?
Maybe is, yes.
Objection!
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
Egbert.
I bet we're gonna really whip out the name Egbert Benedict in the courtroom.
Yup.
Okay.
Hey.
Take that!
The man's name is Egbert Benedict.
Yeah, I love this game. Welcome in, Lucky. We're just on the cusp of brilliance. How you doing?
Oh yeah, we are.
Egbert that bastard. Our favorite man. Our favorite JoJo posing man. Egbert Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about, Council? Benedict Egedict? Egedict.
Egedict. He paid a visit to Windibank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place.
When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession.
That's right. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Egbert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force.
Broker.
Yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes,
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned to me at once.
Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say... Any music box discs, too.
Struck a pose.
Inspector Gregson was there at the time, and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc.
Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interests of being thorough, I asked Windibank for the print showing the fellow. Ah! You're so smart, Gregson! Taken from one of his red-handed recorder Gubbinsons.
Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Windibank that morning.
And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice?
Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin?
Never never seen the geezer before in my life.
All me life, go all me life, never seen him.
Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears that our witnesses agree with the assertion.
I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice.
Yes, and I can. Then show us the evidence.
I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is.
This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom.
Okay, Uno, he's about to use his ultimate. Sit down, stand up, everyone. I don't know, sit down, stand up. Hold your breath. He's so dramatic. We love him for that. Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? You love the jury system in this game? It's so awesome. I love it too. It's funny how they keep putting the... It's interesting how they choose all the people involved up there.
Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print was in fact the person struck by the third bullet.
The
Disc.
disc? Yeah.
Disc.
Take that!
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windibanks.
Which is when the aforementioned Eggert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred.
But of course, sir. Here is the disc for you.
Very well. And then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
The rip in his shirt.
Wait a minute. That disc is mine.
Oh!
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions caused Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. And the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness! A bloodstain, is it?
My assistant and I have analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom.
Using my trusty Faga gun.
Yes. And we added the results to this portfolio.
I think
I
that's...
say,
Yeah.
It's green.
Who's
5
again?
is
The woman?
lady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same color as the blood around that calendar.
The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Eggert Benedict, who was in Windibanks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night.
Oh. So there was someone else there. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Oi, who are you talking about? It's boiling in here.
My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Eggert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify.
You're gonna be like, that's not a real name. It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
this has gone on long enough now. This flagrant this flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Sherlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name.
Oh, he's ringing up our boy?
The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such.
Bergbert, Burbadbict. We love Sherlock Sholmes. Where is his fan club?
And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned the shade of green. What of it?
We just explained it to you, or do you need us to dumb it down for you again?
Speaking of dumbing it down, I suppose I'll bring things to your level. Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world could turn the same color.
You wanna get cut and find out, bitch?
Well...
Oh, not the leg!
And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it.
Is he right? Is Mr. Sholmes
I don't know. I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't.
I knew it would come to this. Of course Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have?
I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. About how he was temporarily suspending the summation examination. In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Good grief! What did you just say, young girl?
And in a summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Harley's invention. At least, not for now.
Yes, she's right.
Young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable.
You met the VA for Uno at my first... Wow, he was an eccentric fellow, literally in person. That's amazing.
That sounds like a wonderful time.
Gina apparently only has one line in the entire game. I just still don't know what it is exactly, but it's probably some exclamation or something. But they hired her for one little brief moment, like one word. I didn't hear it. I don't remember when it was, but she's good.
Maybe
she
it
should
hasn't
work
happened
with.
yet.
Maybe it hasn't. You're right. She's good. She should work with some detective. You're so right. She should write books or something.
Oh yeah. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter.
After that shrewd process of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion.
This is absurd.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter.
But
As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Whoa.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Oh.
Let's go. Easy W.
Two call guilty and 4 call not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination. These characters have VAs other than Cole and Zay.
Teehee.
Yeah, we're doing such a great job, right?
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision.
On what grounds?
If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt.
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue. He's so pretty like that. Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible. Because Egbert Benedict doesn't exist.
What?
The name the gentleman gave for himself, Egbert Benedict, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it.
Oh no.
Just when I'd managed to prove the man was there that night.
Could I say something? I don't know who's saying that, but who was that, please? Who spoke? It was me, my lord. Are they related?
Juror number 5?
What have you to say, madame? If possible, Inspector. Me, ma'am? I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again? The one in which the gentleman is shown. Oh, right, yes. This one, you mean? Of Mr. Benedict? Yes. There's no doubt in my mind.
Juror number 5. You don't mean to say... You know this man?
Yes, I know him.
What?
No.
Good gracious! Order! He was using an alias, sneaky dude. Of course he was. Egbert Benedict is too good of a name to be true. Gregson is gonna fall for 5? I don't know. Not quite yet. Juror number 5. How on earth? I am a communications officer. Stop.
As we can clearly see...
The gentleman in the photograph is... Stop. Why are her eyes shining like that? She blushing.
She's powerful.
Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop.
This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right.
Who is she telegraphing? Stop. Good question, indeed. I think she's just taking notes for herself right now, maybe.
I suppose we all imagine the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out that he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
Oh, wait.
What?
Court record.
What?
Court record. Go to the court record. Newspaper. The description of it.
What?
Go back to the description. This morning's paper, which contains an article about government secrets being leaked to foreign agencies.
You think he's leaking stuff?
He works in communications, and if our theory is correct, he's willing to perform murder.
You're probably right.
Maybe. Sorry, I was just like, whoa.
Did you read this?
Yes. No, I don't. I don't think so. Sorry, I got distracted. Yes, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's why I felt something was wrong.
If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to support him within the hour. Lord Van Zeeks, if you please.
Yes, my lord.
Make the necessary arrangements with all haste.
As your lordship bids.
The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord. I should like to hear you specifically about events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. Oh, good place.
To be continued.
Good place to stop.
That was fun.
I can't believe Edgar Benedict wasn't real.
I'm gonna cry.
That was the name. God, I'm gonna have to have a child and name him that now. It has to, you know, it's too good of a name to pass up, really.
Why was I named Edgar Benedict? Well, you see.
Okay, we'll close that.
Well, yeah. Thank you for having me. That was very fun.
Good work today.
I hope so. Sorry about getting so excited over the newspaper there at the end.
No, it's okay. I hope you're right. It makes...
One way to...
Maybe that's what's on the disc.
Yeah, I think there's like a hidden message.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I'm going to head out so you can wrap up. Thank you again for having me.
Yeah, thank
Lot
you
of
for
fun,
coming.
guys. Oh yeah.
Bye, goodbye. Okay. Is this working? Potentially. Actually, I'll get hit with copyright strike over that. Hee hee. Was fun, y'all. Thanks. Yeah, thank you so much for dropping by. I appreciate it. Excuse me. Let's see if anyone's online for Raiden. Potentially. I'm not gonna play music on the outro because I'm not going. Shut up! Shut up, Zay! Shut up! Let me see. I think I'll get spoiled. A couple people are playing Split Fiction, and I don't want to get spoiled. I'm working on... I already mentioned this, but I'm working on getting people to edit my... Or to splice my It Takes Two stuff, otherwise it'll never make it out of the vault. And then I'll be doing the same with Split Fiction, so... Actually, you know, we'll have some content hopefully next month, you know, for YouTube or whatever, but... Let's see if we can find anyone doing anything interesting. Raz is playing. Raz is playing COD. Been a minute since I've stopped in to say hey to him, so I think I'll read out to Rascal. Mr. Rascal. Let's start this. And then here are raid messages if you wouldn't mind copying them and spamming them when we get over there. I would really appreciate it just to support me and to support him. Hopefully this week we'll be able to play the game that I'm in at some point. I don't know when they're releasing the demo exactly. It's probably Thursday. So hopefully it's Thursday and we can stream it on Thursday. But if not, then early Friday potentially. I know everyone streams on Friday, but I'm too excited to not play it, you know? I want to show off, you know? I want to show that, my 2 lines in the game, you know? It means a lot to me anyways, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Did you get a discount code for being in it? I don't think so. I didn't even ask. The demo might be free, but I'll let you guys know when it's actually, like, released. I think it's free on itch, at least. itch.io. And it's not released yet on Steam, so we'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to everyone for hanging out, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Whatever that may be. If not tomorrow, then I don't know, sometime next week. Bye! Oh, hi, Bluebee. Hope stream was good. Yeah, it was good. Thank you for dropping by, even at the end. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye!
Oh shit! Thank you for the raid, Zalius. I appreciate that. It has been a minute. How you doing? I was wondering what that alert